Hello everyone, nice to meet you again in this video. And today we learn the lesson. Remember who you are and where you come from. Yeah, it is very important, right? To make you feel happy and confident in this life, and to know about your value in this life as well. Okay, firstly, I will read this text, and then I will explain the meaning of several keywords. For these keywords, they are very important to help you can fully understand this text. So please notice these keywords and try to understand the meaning. Okay, now let's start reading with me. Remember and be proud of yourself, of your national identity. We often feel lost in this complex and vast world. However, you will feel confident if you understand the cultural heritage of your people. That knowledge gives you a historical background, a sense of your position in the present, and a unique identity despite this ever-changing world. The houses where we live look alike. The city we live in look alike. We treat the same and we don't seem that different. We live in an era where everything is mass-produced and then find ourselves lost in all that similarity. We all want to know how we fit into the world. Where did I come from and how did I get here? Therefore, an understanding of family history, national cultural heritage, and especially memories of one's growing up process, childhood years, and old friends, and those who have sharing, helping us to be more confident is very important because it tells us who we are, where we are from, and how we will adapt to the current difficult world. People can absorb and inherit the knowledge of other countries, but no one can touch the pride of another country, of another nation instead of his own. No one can touch someone else's memory to substitute for his own. You should never believe that a person is truly happy when they can forget all that has been attached and nurtured to make them who they are. Yeah. And I just want to ask you, do you agree with this lesson? And how do you think about this lesson? Do you agree with the points of this lesson? So please tell us notes so we can interact with each other. Okay, now to the next part, I will explain the meaning of several keywords for you. Firstly, this word identity, right? It is now, and here the meaning in Vietnamese. Identity, and you need to stress the second syllable. Then, okay, identity. Identity is mean who or what something is. Yeah. And we have one example. The police are trying to discover the identity of the killers. So in here for the police, right, try to know where these killers are living and which nationalities, right, they belong to. Okay. And here the second was heritage, right? It is now, and here's the meaning in Vietnamese. And you need to stress the first syllable. Okay, heritage. Okay, heritage is mean the history, tradition, buildings, and objects that a country or society has had for many years, and that are considered an important part of its character. And we have an example like this. Spain's rich cultural heritage. Yeah. So through this example, you know that for Spain, right, there are many cultural heritage, and these are very valuable. Yeah. And for the next word, error. Yeah. This is now, right, and you need to stress the first syllable. Error. Yeah. And here, the meaning in Vietnamese. Era is mean a period of time, usually in history, that is different from other periods because of particular characteristics or events. And we have an example how we use the word era. Yeah, this is example. This is the start of a new era of peace and prosperity. Yeah, we usually use this sentence, right, to say when the world end up and we have a new ruler, right? Yeah, so we express and we believe, right? This is the start of a new era of peace and prosperity with this great new ruler. Okay. And for the next word, similarity. Yeah, and for this word, as you can pronounce la or la. Yeah, for me, sometimes I pronounce la and sometimes I pronounce la, but it is okay. And you should remember where you stress. Yeah, and you need to stress the third syllable, right? La. Okay. Similarity. Yeah, it is now similarities. Yeah, and here the meaning in Vietnamese. Similarity is mean the state of being similar to somebody, something, but not exactly the same. And we have one example like this. The report highlights the similarities between the two groups. Yeah, so for this example, right, it means this report help us know exactly, right, about the similarities between the two groups. Okay. And next word, the word confident. Yeah, and for this word, you need to stress the first syllable, con. Okay, confident. Okay. Confident it is feeling sure about your own ability to do things and be successful. And we have an example. She was in a relaxed, confident mood. Yeah, we use this sentence to appreciate another people's, right? It's usually for this people's, for this person, right? You respect so much. So that's why you use this sentence to say she was in a relaxed, confident mood. Yeah. Okay. And for next word, the word adapt is the verb. Yeah. And for this word, you need to stress the second syllable, adapt. Okay. Adapt. Adapt, it means to change your behavior in order to deal more successfully with a new situation. And we have an example. It's amazing how soon you adapt. Yeah, so in this sentence, right, I want to compliment to you to say that how you are flexible, right? And also you are intelligent, so that's why you adapt quickly, right? So it is so amazing, yeah, how soon you adapt. And for the next word, substitutes, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry for this words. I want to explain the meaning for you in verb form. It is not noun form, but in here I am type noun form, but actually it is verb, right? I remember. Okay, substitutes, and you need to start the first syllable. Sub. Okay, substitutes. Substitutes in verb form is meant to take the place of somebody, something else, to use. And to use somebody, something instead of somebody, something else, right? Okay. Let me read again this explanation for the meaning of the word substitutes in verb form. Substitutes, it means to take the place of somebody, something else. Or to use somebody, something instead of somebody, something else. Okay. And we have an example. Nothing can substitute for the advice your doctor is able to give you. So in here, you just want to recommend your friend, right? Should follow strictly the recommendation or instruction from the doctors, right? Yeah. So you cannot substitute the advice from your doctor by other people's, right? You should listen carefully the advice from your doctor and strictly follow. Okay. Yes, and for the final keyword, we need to understand the word nurture. Yeah, here the meaning in Vietnamese. And for this word, you need to stress the first syllable. Nurture. Yeah, it is verb. Nurture is meant to care for and protect somebody, something, while they are growing and developing. Yeah, and we have one example. Children nurtured by loving parents. Yeah, actually, for a sentence, right? You should write children were nurtured by loving parents, and it is a passive tense, right? Yeah. But for auxiliary verbs, sometimes you can skip and do not need to cry. Yeah. And for me, I also do that in talking or in writing the report. Yeah. So through this sentence, we understand, right? For these children was nurtured by loving parents, that their parents love them so much. Yeah. Nurture them with all their love. And hopefully they will have a bright future, right? And through this sentence, I also want to say thank you to my parents. Yeah, for me, I have been nurtured in great families. Yeah, by great parents. Now, I think I'm having a good life, and I am satisfied for what thing I am having now, for the knowledge, for the condition, yeah, for everything in my life. Okay, thanks for watching and see you in next video, friend.